movie.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia, and then he explodes.
I'm Joey Evans.
I don't think that's... Anyway, I'm Z Garcia. Hi.
He rips his mask off. And
Hey,
he's
we never
totally
pulled the
different
camera out, did we? Joey, you're
What are we talking
cut
about?
off.
We're good. We're good like this.
Wait, I think I'm...
Get in here. Get in here.
Scooch.
There we go. All right, folks. Welcome to the Board Game News. We do this on a weekly basis and tell you about what's happening in the industry. In a couple weeks, instead of doing Board Game News, we're going to have a huge announcement, our mega announcement thing that we do every
What's it
year.
going to be? Just say it now.
I know it there.
What is it?
Nope.
Does it have to do with food?
No. Anyway, so
Joey's not interested.
No. You lost me. You lost half the
Anyway, our
audience.
news is sponsored by All Play, and that's important to think about because we just got a whole pile of new All Play games in.
I know. I'm excited.
And they will all be in the Dice
boy,
Tower
yeah.
library, which will be at Dice Tower East, which tickets are still on sale, and you better get them before they run out or before time runs out. Dice Tower East is 5 weeks away.
5 weeks.
I want
so
to play
bad.
all these games at Dice Tower East. So if
In
you're
one
down to play some all-play games at Dice Tower East, I'm going to be running through them all chronologically.
You'll be playing them all?
I said running through.
I know.
Also,
You
what
missed
else
it.
might be at Dice Tower East? Award-winning games, but not the first section here. So because of the kids, I never get the kids ones.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
The
Let's
Spiel des
see.
Yars award winners have been announced. This is Game of the Year from Germany. They have 3 categories: Game of the Year, Expert Game of the Year, and Kids Game of the Year. Now, their Game of the Year is not really, it doesn't mean Best Game of the Year, which is confusing. It means game that they want people who don't play games to buy the most that year. They're picking a family way. They've said this, the jury has said this.
Okay.
That they want a game that people who just walk in the store and buy it, who don't play many games,
We'll be happy
enjoy
with.
it.
Okay.
First category, though, is kids, right?
Aw.
Yep. So we got
For
Cascadia
babies.
Jr. Have we seen Cascadia Jr.? I don't.
No.
We haven't seen any of these. La Clans des Saurus and Top de Tort, but that's from Wolfgang Warsch.
He's back.
It has something to do with torts. I'm in.
I like
The
torts.
quacks have
You
topped
want
the
food?
tort.
I always want food.
Okay, well that's not a good thing. We need
I
to
know.
work on that.
I am.
Anyway, yeah, so
It's bad.
I have not played any of the 3 of these, so I can't
Yeah,
give
right.
any predictions. I would guess Cascadia Jr. might win because Cascadia is so popular, but also Wolfgang Warsch has the magic touch.
It really does.
He's one of the few designers who have won in multiple categories.
Yeah, I wonder if he's won in kids already.
They also recommended a couple other titles, which I haven't played any of them either. All right, then the Kenner Spiel. This is their expert game of the year. So they have Endeavor Deep Sea, Far Away, Loot. And then they also recommend it. So recommendation games are cool, but they don't make the list. The Gang, Kari, Medical Mysteries, New York City Emergency Room, and Zenith, which we might play today, actually. We were
Let's
going to
go.
play it the other day, but we didn't.
Fire, let's roll.
I'm a little confused necessarily on their picking of which games go where. Like Endeavor Deep Sea is obviously pretty complex. Far
Yes.
Away doesn't seem as complex. It feels like it could have been in the other category.
I agree.
Also, I'm surprised Far Away is eligible because I thought it was in print.
2 years ago?
It must have been just at
It
the
must have
beginning.
been only
Yeah.
in France for a while. This is originally from France, right?
Oh, you're right. I bet so.
Yeah, because the
I
game
bet
has
so.
to be published in Germany. These are 3. Well, I don't know anything about Loot. I want to play it now that it's on here. I'm
I
sorry,
know it's
Loot.
a French game, and
Gigomic.
it looks cool. I saw some photos, and it looked a little bigger than I thought it would be from the picture, from the cover.
Really?
Yeah, it
I
looks neat.
love Endeavor Deep Sea, and I really like
I wanna
Far
play
Away.
that.
You love Far Away.
I like
I
Far
really
Away.
do, and Endeavor Deep Sea. If I like that Loot game, and I suspect I will, this will be one of the few times where I'm good with all of it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Or really excited about any one of them taking it.
Yeah, I need to get a copy of that somehow. All right, we'll hunt it down. And then the big one. This is easily the biggest award of any awards given out all year. The Spiel des Jahres. But I'm sorry, before we get to that, I'm sorry. Endeavor has also announced an expansion. So I figured I'd put this in here since they were there. Deep Sea expansion. And from what I read through this, because I'm very interested, I love
Yes,
Endeavor, it's
yes,
just
yes.
more stuff.
More stuff is good.
More tiles, and they call them mini expansions because what will happen is you'll reveal a new tile,
Okay.
and then some little components might come into play from that tile.
Yeah. There's a few like that in the core box already, and I guess they're doing more of that.
Yeah, I kind of like that. And if you don't, you're like, I don't want to mess with this, just take the tile out.
Yeah.
Love
And-
that cover too. That is a great look.
Yeah.
With the the seaweed and stuff. That's cool.
They also have some new scenarios. One that says the tectonic split, where the sea is divided in two. The fog, which hopefully is not as depressing as the movie. And
Indian disc
again,
game.
it sounds like more stuff. And I know there's more of those cards, the journal cards, things like that.
Okay, cool.
All right, back to awards. Spiel Yars, the big one. So we have Bomb Busters, Flip 7, and Crackle Oracle. So I don't know a lot about Crackle Oracle, but I do know that basically, from what I can tell, you get a paper with all those lines on it, and then it's a drawing game, but you can only trace the lines.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's very similar to maybe that, like there was a constellation one where you could only connect stars.
Yeah.
It's like gives you restrictions, so if someone's a good artist, too bad, you're stuck with this.
That would be
Sure.
Constellations are so disappointing. You're like,
I
that's
don't remember
Orion.
that one actually.
No, I'm talking about the actual stars. They don't really look like what they say they do.
Oh, like
Okay.
the wait, like the night sky
Joey
disappoints
just
you.
saw that
Yeah, I mean, like,
astronomy.
Come to tell me you weren't disappointed when someone says that's Orion. That's a guy holding a sword, and you're like, it's not though, right?
Wow.
Sorry. Let's move on.
There's some. Okay.
Apparently it's
funny
just
One
thing.
of our people getting board game bash has invited us to go
Wow.
and look at the Star Nights tour.
I like the stars.
No, you're not going now.
But don't say they're a shape.
Joe's gonna be looking through it like, you call that a belt? That's not a belt. What's wrong with you?
Our dipper sticks. Our dipper's the best one. That's like, I can see that one.
The belt's the easiest thing to see. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Is that ours or is that Australia's?
What?
They have different ones.
It belongs to everyone.
And no one.
It also mostly belongs to Orion. Actually, what is going on?
What'd you have for breakfast?
Quite the derailment.
Anyway.
Spiel des Jahres.
So anyway, so Crackle Oracle, I haven't played. The other two are like two of the most popular games that come out in a long time.
Sure.
Flip 7 is just gangbusters.
It
Whether
is.
you like it or not, it's played everywhere. We at the big game bash, I saw it played pretty much consistently there. And Bomb Busters was played there a couple times too. That game was just, it's really grown, and I'm very pleased about it.
It's funny how
Here's the
different the
thing,
two are. Go
to
ahead.
me, in my opinion, I think there is more gameplay. It is a heavier game, Bomb Busters, compared to Far Away.
No, I'm not arguing that, but it's already in the categories. We can't change it. But you're right.
I'm gonna change it, much like Orion changed his garb.
You know what? I won't say anything in the future.
Bomb Busters is the one I hope wins, but I think Flip 7. Well, actually, Crackle Oracle could win because you never know with Germany. They did.
That's true.
Because games could be popular over there that aren't here. For example, Pictures,
Sure.
which I'm sure many of you watching have never heard of, won the Spiel des Jahres.
Yeah, didn't
And
it?
did
Yeah.
really well in Germany, but over here, who cares? Because it's a stupid game.
I see Flip
Way to
7.
insult everyone in Germany.
No, they just have different tastes.
I think I would like to see Bomb Busters win this one myself.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, and they also recommended some other titles: Agent Avenue, Castle Combo, Cities, Foxy, Perfect Words, and The Animals of Baker Street. Foxy, I'm
Baker
almost
Street.
surprised, is not a children's nominee.
I don't know that one.
I don't play
It's a
it.
memory game, basically. You're turning over cards, and then you'll be like, one fox, and put down, and you have to remember, as you put all these cards down, how many chickens there are, how many foxes there are, etc.
Okay, wow, okay. Yeah, I kind of wish I had seen Castle Combo nominated here.
Yeah.
That's a great game.
I
One
haven't
of my
played
favorite
it.
games.
All right.
Cool.
Hasbro.
Oh, snap.
That's nice.
I love the tagline here. At the Las Vegas Licensing Expo, which is going on right now, and that's where lots of people get together and you license stuff.
Okay.
So board game companies will show up there and they'll license properties, and movies show up there, and it's a big convention.
Okay.
Anyway, Hasbro wins Global Excellence Awards, a leading company. It's a prestigious award because I just think it's funny because Monopoly threw a license on their game. It's just such a...
Right.
Anyway,
It looks like Nike is the license.
Yeah, which is
Is this a thing that exists? What
I don't
we're
know.
looking at
I
on
was
the
wondering the
screen
same
right
thing.
now.
I think so. I think this was in the article they sent out.
Wow. I mean, it looks super fancy. It looks
does.
incredibly nice.
But let's take a look at something that's less nice, but still Monopoly. So they're releasing Monopoly app banking board game.
Okay.
There's a kid's version of the game, has no cash and no counting, because we want our children to not be able to count. Forget you, electric company, and Sesame Street. Anyway, it features kid-focused properties like Rocket Launchpad and Alien Skate Park.
Okay, that part's cool.
No, this is treating kids like they're morons.
Well,
Kids are morons.
he's got it.
We're going to have no viewers after this show.
What kids already have too much of though is screens. I don't. Plus, they've done this in the past.
That's why I thought. Didn't they have the card they used to be able to do?
They had one already where they were like, "Oh, people are scared of counting," so they already did a credit card version of this.
Go down to the app.
I mean, whatever, it'll sell, you know. I'm just not. Is it for very little kids? Because the theme is trends incredibly young. Rocket launch pad and alien hug or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't tell.
You moved on. Okay.
I did. Sorry. I meant to click on the thing, but too late. All right. Yogi is back, but not the bear. This is a new version of Gigamic's best-selling game, Yogi. It's a party game which will have you and your friends twisting and turning. This is definitely, I'm buying this as a Christmas gift for Z Garcia, because if there's anything I know
I've
you would
played
love.
Yogi. Have you played Yogi?
What, you have?
Yeah. Yogi's been out for a long time. Yogi's the one that you like draw a card and says, hold this card between your elbows. So you like take the card.
Oh, really?
And you do this. And then the next one you're like, okay, you have to draw the next one. Be like, okay, this one, hold between this finger and this finger on this hand. And then this one is between us two with this finger.
Nope.
You might have played it in the past, actually.
I probably have. You would hate this.
It is goofy. It is okay for like 5 minutes of like, let's be absolutely silly and fantastic for kids, you know.
Oh, sure.
And then you're like, okay, that's good. Let me sit down again. You know what I mean? It's like a Twister type thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
It is, you know, again, you know what you're getting.
Right.
The box isn't lying. I always respect a game where I don't feel bamboozled or tricked. I know what I'm getting.
Huh.
That grandma, though, definitely not playing. Her
Yeah.
hips will explode.
Oh, also, I don't know if you saw her neck in that picture, but
But also balance one card
it's
your
a pool
finger.
noodle.
Yeah. With caps.
Is that her leg? No. The one that's underneath her head,
Attached to her
going
chest.
to her torso.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's,
the whole thing is her leg. Oh, you're right. That is her leg. Her neck's on the other side.
It's like I'm looking at a constellation, isn't it? Trying to unpack it all.
All right. Cosmos, I'm sorry, announces some titles. Staying Alive. The whole city is swarming with zombies. I don't think it's as fun as you might think, although those people look pretty cheerful
They look like they're having
for
a good
being
time.
in a zombie apocalypse.
They look all right. The one guy's kind of freaking out, but everybody else is living their best life.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed the first day of it or so.
I do like the look of this quite a bit.
No,
Well,
I
it's a
agree.
cooperative game with a real timer.
Yogi.
You need to combine and discard your cards, but only the person whose turn it in can speak.
Oh.
Okay, maybe.
So they had a lot of alpha gamers in there.
I know, right? They're like, we will solve this issue.
Yeah.
All right, Tag Team. This is also from them. They definitely look like they're in the same universe.
A little bit. There's a look they're going for here.
This is coming from Scorpion Mask, so I'm assuming it will sell 100 million copies.
Cool.
This is inspired by classic arcade fighting games.
Okay.
I'm excited about this. First of all, one of the designers is a guy from Arceus, and he did a couple other things too, which I'm like, all right. So, I don't know. I've always liked these.
Well, this one is going
Deck
to be
building
closer.
style games.
Well, it's not deck building as much as it's closer to challengers. You're going to have these two fighters, and you're going to combine them together. And then you have a deck of 2 cards, and you just flip them over and see what happens.
Okay.
Right? But then you add another card to your deck. And they add another card to their deck.
So you kind
So
of
you're trying to outthink each other. Okay, they're going to add this. I'm going to add this.
Okay.
That might work well. I don't know.
Cool.
All righty. 4 Planets. This is from Polish designer Piotr Doktora. 30-minute game. Which home planet will become the new center of the universe? We need to have a competition about this. So you're visiting alien planets, and yeah, there's not a lot more.
The animals are looking a little weird in their little space suits.
Thought the same thing.
Is that a seal?
Yeah, and then over there is a little blind, what do you call those guys?
Possum?
Is that what? Is
Ferret?
that the ones that don't see very well? They're
That's
digging the
possum.
dirt.
Moles?
A mole, yeah.
Oh, is it a mole? All right.
Moly, moly, mole.
And then it's a game for 2 players, as it says at the top there, so it's in their 2-player line.
Then we got Wild Growth, which here is Wild Wooks, but it means wild growth.
Wow, wooks.
So this is another small box. This is going to be the same size as the Crew. Nope, never mind. It's 11 inches tall. So there's special components. You're going to make a colorful wildflower meadow bloom, and there's an interactive thing. Whoever makes this largest wildflower meadow blooming at the end wins, and you'll have your own 3D wildflower meadow.
Boom. Sold.
This is one of those, like, I need to see what we're talking about here. This is from the same designer as the Crew, right? That Casper, what's his name? Casper Lap, something like that.
Oh yeah, well,
Oh,
actually
well.
that gets me on board then. At
And
least
so
at
it's
the
like
beginning.
they're saying it's a weird box size for Cosmos even, because I think it's not very big, but it is very tall. And in there, I'm
Okay.
guessing are flower stems. You're doing some sort of construction in this game where at the end you have 3D flowers. You'll be able to pose with them. You'll be able to wear them out. You'll be able to pretend they're constellations.
I'm sold. Say no more.
Wow,
All right.
wooks.
Hollywood. This is the Master Crime Detective. We just announced the one. I think the
Yeah.
New York City one. But now, who killed Olivia Grant? The famous actress who was a sister of a notorious motorcycle gang boss.
This is a movie
a lot of effort
Yeah,
went into
that's-
that. But I do like. They did a good job, I think, with the pictures here.
Oh, I agree.
Where they look very similar. I'm like, those are people from Hollywood. Who are they? I can't tell you. That's.
I
pretty
agree.
decent,
I agree.
right?
They're close enough, but they don't look like anyone's getting ripped off.
They're
Yeah.
not right. They're not like full parodies.
Yeah.
That thing she's wearing looks like the Hope Diamond that she threw into the ocean, the
Yes.
Titanic lady.
Wasn't the Hope Diamond, but yes.
The Hope Diamond is what that's
Hope Diamond's
called.
still there.
Hope Diamond's in the Smithsonian. I went and
Yeah,
saw
after
it.
they fished it out of the ocean. Thank you.
James Cameron.
Checkmate.
All right, Oink Games announced Trund, which is TRND. Trend.
What do you think this is? Trend?
I think it's got to be Trent.
Or Turned.
Turned.
Anyway,
I'm really confused. Like, if you're going to have a title that is missing the vowel, then you got to tell people what you expect them to say. I think it's
I agree. It's
trend, I guess.
Trond. Anyhow,
Trond,
this is
maybe.
going to be debuting at the UK Games Expo.
I see the Tron now.
And it's a bunch of chairs. Anyway, there's 3 different shapes and 3 different colors, and you're swapping cards in and out of your hand. You're trying to have a handful of the same thing, all the same shape and same color.
What's with the 3x3?
So you're watching there's like different discard piles, I think. So I could take that black card and then put a
And
card on top of
replace
white
it.
because I think that's what Joey wants.
Okay.
So you can draw or
Sounds
replace, I think.
so boring.
It really sounds not great.
It sounds like
Yeah.
a face down, but you never know. Oink is all over the place, and this might be one of the better ones. Who knows? But let's end with news that people are excited about. Never mind, there's more news in this. Sorry. Cascadia standalone
Poor
expansion.
Cascadia. Oh my goodness.
This is a standalone Cascadia. I didn't catch that.
I like that actually because then you can play it and mix and match it if you want. Also, keep doing this art.
Also, what is that?
That's
thing?
what I was going to ask. That's like a little. What is it? That
Is that a dormouse?
It's
No.
like it's not a door mouse. I think it's at least a window mouse.
no, it looks like a tribble.
It's a
or something.
stone
It's not a stone.
that someone drew a little face on.
No, sir. That's
No,
a mouse.
sir.
It's a chubby mouse.
Oh my goodness.
It's some kind of
It's not a mole.
He's really contemplated jumping though.
it's a mole. It's a squirrel. No, not a squirrel. It's
Goodness gracious. Okay.
what's the cute
Anyway.
chubby ones at the store?
Chinchilla?
Yeah.
This sounds
those are-
sounds exactly like the original Cascadia. It's just that there's different alpine habitats There's lakes, and you're elevate it and surround it. So it's probably a mix and match. I don't know how easy it will be to mix and match. Like I don't think. Can you take the bears and put them in this, or do you have to take the bears and a terrain type and put them in?
Right. I do wonder if it sounds like there's going to be some kind of elevation mechanism. I wonder if there's like tile on tile stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Curious. It looks really cool.
All right. Are you ready, horror fans? For those people who love Betrayal at House on the Hill, Pennywise has entered the building or the sewers, whichever you want. That is a terrifying cover.
It is, and so is that miniature. Does he become that thing?
He does.
In the movies?
Well, I've only seen the first, but I haven't seen the 2 new ones. I've only seen the early one.
That was Tim Curry was Pennywise.
Does he become something like that?
And that one he does.
He becomes all kinds of crazy stuff. He can do whatever he wants, except when he can't. That was the one thing I was always confused about in the book and the movie. Is like,
did you read that book?
It's pretty bad. I don't ever recommend it. It's
You read that book?
I did.
It's like 1,300 pages.
It's huge.
I use it to kill people.
It's very, it's dense. I don't know how it got made into a movie. It's such a, I hate the book. But he can do all sorts of things, like, when everyone knows about the scene where the boy in the sewer and he just grabs him, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't grab other kids. I don't know. It's weird. It's like he picks and chooses. He's a little Freddy Krueger in that way.
Well, he's like a cosmic horror kind of thing, isn't he?
I
Like
think
literally
he's friends
like
with Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's like a cosmic entity.
He feeds on fear,
which is delicious.
I'm probably.
I love
it's probably
fear.
problematic I brought this up because people are not going to explain like the backstory and stuff. So, anyway, this is actually from the Chapter 2 movie.
What I saw is like really diving into that. So I still haven't seen either one of those.
And it's an expansion to Betrayal, so you mix it in there. This is not a standalone.
Yeah, they
thing,
did that werewolf one, which was cool.
I thought the werewolf one was its own game, was it not?
No, it was just something you shoved in the game.
Okay.
This is the same thing. If they keep doing this, that's good because Betrayal at the House of Hell for them just keeps selling over and over again.
Well, they keep picking cool IPs like this, and the game is going to become something else, which is cool.
That's true. Betrayal you play with Pennywise, and if they had like Freddy Krueger and stuff, it'd be like, whoa, man.
That would be nice.
Right. It makes that game kind of what they were always attempting to do without having the IP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's neat. Put some Alien up in there.
Agreed.
Hey, Talisman, the Magic Quest game, it's a new expansion, 5th edition. I didn't even know they were on 5th edition, but it's called Nemesis Call of the Hunt. This is coming out in November, and there's one versus many. This is going to change it a little bit here. You have to defeat the Nemesis players, so it's a minimum of 3 players when you add this in.
Betrayal at Talisman.
This is yet another one that I know you both have played, but I feel like I'm so far behind.
I've never played Talisman.
Really?
I don't think it's worth your time. Let me explain. So the way it works.
He'd rather read it than play Talisman again.
No, there's a track. You roll a single die. You roll 3. You can go this way or this way. That's your choice. So that's how it works. And if you land on a monster, you draw from a pile of monster cards, which might have Goblin or Dragon. You then fight the monster, but eventually you will land on like one space that lets you go up. It's like chutes and ladders, and then you're going around a middle ring, and then you want to go to the very middle ring and get a talisman. That's how you win. Games could take 45 minutes. They could take 4 hours.
Okay.
You want to play?
I do not.
Okay.
Do you want to play a game?
All right.
Oh, that would be a good expansion. You imagine Betrayal Saw?
Yeah, man. Get some Jigsaw in there.
Santael is coming out at Gen Con here, although it's not going to be released. It's going to be on display at Gen Con. It won't be released until January 1st, so calm down. Anyway, you're walking up and down the beach of this Florida island city, which is, near us, right?
Santael is near us.
Trying to take you guys there.
You are not trying to take us there.
I am.
I'm gonna go take a picture on Santael Island, beach, whatever, with Santael. That's gonna be cool.
We should play this on Saturday. First of all, that
can we do a stream from the beach playing this?
We need to. I do a resort there, and they will let us stream from there. Come on, we got to stream this.
No, but you got to see the ocean.
It's on the ocean. First of all, that lighthouse, by the way, after the hurricane, everybody was like worried about the Santael lighthouse. They went, it's still there, one leg, and it's like it made it. So
did they rebuild it?
They did. They put the other legs up, but it's like people are like, yeah, it's still there.
Am I the only person bothered that someone put game components on the beach? This is really bothering me.
Oh, they're going to throw that away. There's no way to fix that.
Someone said baby powder takes sand off your legs. Did you know that?
Really?
Talcum powder, you put it on and it says it comes right off. That's what I heard.
What gets that powder off your legs? It's a circle then.
Water.
Then just shower.
Yeah, but then you still bring the sand home.
That's true.
I'm going to try it next time I go to the beach in the year of our Lord
I
2045.
I don't think I'll ever go to the beach.
You just told us we were going.
Well, I'm not
I'm going to play Santael on Santael.
Anyway,
I'm
here's
staying in
the
the
thing about
car.
Santael. Let's talk about the game. It's designed by Elizabeth Hargrave.
Oh,
Yeah, heard of
that's
her.
the person from Tutti Frutti. No, Tussie Mussy.
And Wingspan. Anyway, in this game, you are collecting shells up and down the beach. And you also want to collect shark's teeth, too, because that's just cool.
That's not Santa.
Yeah,
That's poor
that's a
Charlotte.
real thing.
It is. Venice, right? Shark's teeth. I don't know.
Yep, and it also has the ratchet mechanism. You can move as far ahead as you wish
like
collecting stuff. Ooh, I like that.
The ratchet mechanism. He's going to try to make that work still. I'm going to start calling it the Santael mechanism.
I
Okay.
think you should. It'll catch on.
It's a lot nicer than ratchet.
It's a video game. Clank and Ratchet.
Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I'm sure you got a lot out of the news today.
Yes.
Thanks,
you did.
everybody. Well, they know about Santael. They know about the one-legged lighthouse.
Boom.
And they know about Orion's belt.
Keep his pants up.
That's all you kind of needed today.
That's it.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
We'll be back, or Joey will be back later today with Camille and Chris to talk about the 10 most annoying rules in board games.
Ooh, can't
There's
wait.
a lot of them.
Ratchets.
The Santael mechanism, my number one.
Until next time, I'm Tom Basil.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Joy Evans.
See y'all.
Bye.
Watch the stars.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening, where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.